Just imagine you are starting one AI task which will run on your desktop right from your mobile and get the result straight inside your mobile. No babysitting, no clicking approve 100 times. That's exactly what Claude Dispatch promises. And in today's video, I'm going to put it to the test. So what exactly is Claude Dispatch? In simple terms, it is a bridge between Claude app on your phone and the Claude desktop app running on your computer. Consider this as a remote control for your desktop AI. The core idea is asynchronous AI. You fire off a task, step away and come back to the finished work or get result right inside your phone. Here is how it works under the hood. You open the Claude desktop, click Dispatch on the left panel and scan a QR code with your Claude mobile app. That is literally the entire setup under 2 minutes. And once paired, you have one persistent conversation thread synced across both devices. Send a message from your phone and it will immediately show on the Claude desktop and the response will come back to your phone. Claude will figure out what kind of task you send. Coding work gets routed to Claude Code. Everything else, files, apps, connector, runs through Quark's computer use layer. And here is a key security details that you need to understand. All execution is local. Your files never leave your computer. The phone just sends the instruction and receives the result. Alright, let's go for hands-on. So this is my Claude desktop and this is my mobile. In mobile, I also have the Claude running. So the first thing that I need to do, I need to go to Claude Dispatch on my mobile. The way to do that, on this one, if I click here, then there will be a section called Dispatch. I'll open that. And also on my Claude desktop, here also I'll go to the code. There are 3 options: Claude Chat, Claude Quark and Claude Code. If I go to the Claude Code, then there will be an option called Dispatch. So I am in Dispatch in both on my mobile as well as on my Claude Code desktop. For the first demo, the instruction or the task that I'm giving from my mobile is find out all the PDF files in my download folder that are older than 30 days and give me a list of file sizes. So I am going to press enter. Now I'm not doing anything. I just put the task inside Dispatch, which is basically running on my mobile. And as you can see, it is telling on it scanning your download folder for PDFs older than 30 days. Now Claude is basically asking for my permission to go to my download folder and do the operation. So I'm going to say allow once. And again, I'm doing everything from my mobile. I'm not touching my desktop at all. So I'm clicking allow once. And now, as you can see here, the Claude Code is basically working and it's going to my download folder and scanning all my PDFs inside that folder. Very soon it will present me the list. Okay, perfect. As you can see, found 5 PDFs in download folder older than 30 days. These are the file name and this is the size. So basically what I've done, I went to the Claude app, opened the Dispatch, paired with my Claude Code which is running on my machine, and then I gave the instruction from my mobile. And then basically what happened, Claude executed the task on my behalf in my desktop and gave me the result back inside the mobile. So just imagine that you are outside, you are not in front of your desk and you need this information. How will you get that? It's very easy. So all you need to do, open up your Claude app on your mobile, go to Dispatch and put the instruction or whatever information that you need, and Claude will figure out everything and give you the response back right inside your mobile. So you don't need to sit in front of your desk. Okay, with that it's time demo 2. So for the second demo, what I want to understand all the meetings that I have for tomorrow. So I'm in Claude mobile now and I put my instruction here, which is basically open my Google Calendar for tomorrow, list all the meetings and draft a 1 paragraph briefing for each one. Okay, I'm going to press enter. And now what Claude is doing, it's basically going through my Google Calendar and trying to find out all the open meetings that I have for tomorrow. Okay, as you can see in the instruction, pulling tomorrow's calendar now, it will list every meeting and draft a briefing for each. Give me a moment. But this is really impressive, right? You are literally working from your mobile. You don't need to be on your desktop. Okay, the result came back. And let's review the result from the mobile. So April 15th is tomorrow, which is correct because today is April 14th. 9 to 10, I have to drop my son to school. 10 to 11, I have a meeting with a client. Then 11:30 to 12:30, I have a doctor's appointment. And then 1 to 2, I have exercise planned. 2 to 3, I have technical potpourri review. 3 to 4, I have to pick up my son from school. 5 to 6, I have a swimming class. So looks awesome. So literally with a single query from my Claude app, which is basically running on my mobile, I get the summary of all my meetings for tomorrow. Okay, now let's understand the scenario that you want to book a meeting with your customer and the meeting should happen tomorrow between 1 to 6. Book a meeting with John. Email is, let's say, john@lee.com tomorrow for 30 minutes between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. based on my availability. So let's press enter, and now Claude will check my calendar, find out a time slot and book a meeting. So Claude is working. Looking at tomorrow's schedule, your only open slot is between 1 to 6 is 4 to 5. So Claude is booking the meeting with John between 4 and 4:30 p.m. now. So that's awesome. So I gave just one liner and Claude literally went to my calendar, find out my availability and the booking on my behalf. So this is going to be very helpful for the people who are on the go all the time, like the salespeople. Let's imagine you are a salesperson, you meet with your prospective customer or lead, right? And then you immediately want to book a meeting. So instead of you open up your calendar, figure it out what is the best time and all this thing, you just put that comment on your Claude, which is running on your mobile, and let Claude do everything for you. And now it's telling Google Calendar, it needs permission to create the event or create the meeting. So I'm going to say allow once, and now very soon Claude will create the meeting on my behalf. Awesome. Done. The meeting is booked. Meeting with John Lee tomorrow 4 to 4:30. This is attending you, me and john@lee.com. Okay, that's awesome. So far, I'm very impressed. So now I'm going a little advanced. So this time I'm going to tell Claude that you go and clone a particular Git rep inside one of my particular folder and then set up your environment and then run all the tests and send me a test summary. So a lot of things I'm asking Claude to do on my behalf, and all I'm telling right from my mobile. I'm not in front of my desk. This time I'm telling Claude, open terminal, clone this particular repo inside download folder, create Python virtual environment inside the project folder, and then run all the tests and provide me the test result. Okay, let's send this information to Claude and then let Claude do all the magic. Inside my download folder, I don't have this. So Claude is going to open the terminal and do all the cloning, all the environment setup and run the test, and finally also present me the result. Okay, cloning the repo into your download folder, setting up the virtual environment and running the test. This may take a minute. I'll report back with the full result. Looks really clean. Okay, it's asking for my permission. I say allow once. This might take a little bit of time because this time is going to take a lot of actions. Okay, looks like the result came back. And what it's telling is that all tests passed. So there are 149 tests, 5 suit, all green. And one thing worth flagging, this is actually a JavaScript Node.js project, not a Python project. So this is very important. Claude figured out that it's not a Python project, it's a JavaScript Node.js project. Because in my instruction, I gave create the Python virtual environment, right? So Claude didn't follow my instruction blindly. Claude understand my intention. My intention was to download this project, run the test and give me the test result. But while doing that, I gave some information which is not relevant for this. So Claude didn't stop the execution. Claude understand my intention, still execute the job, execute all the test classes, give me the result back. And finally, it told me that I did your job, but this is something that you need to understand, or you need to know that the project that you told me to download and run on the test, all the tests, it's not a Python project. It's a Node.js JavaScript project. So that's super intelligent. Now I have this notion where I keep on tracking all the YouTube videos that I publish for Technical Potpourri. So now let's say this is the Notion which I have, and now what I'm telling that from my mobile, I'm telling Claude to put an entry on this board for a particular topic. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell Claude from my mobile. Please put an entry regarding Claude and Salesforce integration under this inside Notion. Okay, let's send that. So now it's telling that there is no dedicated Notion connector. So if you see, Claude started this in my browser. You can see here Claude started debugging this browser. This is what Claude is doing. Claude and Salesforce integration. Claude put that information or put the card under idea, and it also putting some information, some comment. Explore how Claude's API can be embedded directly into Salesforce workflows to power intelligent automation, dynamic case summarization, and a lot of other things. Okay, and here comes a message. Done. The entry has been added to Technical Potpourri 2026 Notion page. This is the one, and this is the description. It's now sitting at the top of your idea column on your board. So if I go to my board, and on the idea column, it's literally sitting at the top of the column. So looks really powerful. Now let's be honest about the limitation. The Mac Stories testing benchmark put complex multi-app task success at around 50%. That is a coin flip. For simple tasks like file search or summaries, reliability is much better. Your Mac has to stay awake with Claude Desktop open. Close the lid, Dispatch goes dark. This is a remote control, not cloud computing. So that is something that you need to keep in mind. There is also a prompt injection risk to be aware of. If Claude opens a web page or document with malicious instruction embedded, those could be misinterpreted as task command. Anthropic recommends granting access only to the files and connectors that you are comfortable with. So now, how does it compare to OpenClaw? OpenClaw is model agnostic, runs on any LLM, and uses Telegram or WhatsApp as an UI. Dispatch is Claude native. It's much cleaner to set up, but you are tied to the Anthropic ecosystem. So is Dispatch worth it right now? For simple to medium tasks, definitely. Finding files, summarizing crafting meeting briefs, running all test suites, the experience is genuinely magical when it actually works. Now for complex multi-app workflows, treat it as a multi-user experiment, not a production dependency. For the people working in Salesforce and Agentforce, just imagine a situation that you'll be able to dispatch a task from your mobile to summarize a debug log or pull a data cloud segment report while you are in the middle of the meeting. So that use case is really compelling. Alright, that is Claude Dispatch. Give it a try if you are a Claude Pro or Max users. Drop a comment below and tell me what are the tasks that you want to automate through Claude Dispatch. If this is helpful, smash the like icon and subscribe to my channel Technical Potpourri. And don't forget to click on the bell icon. I'll put all the links in the description of this video. I'm Sudipta and see you all in my next video.